Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly Dragon Oracle card series. The dragon card for this week, the week of October 5th, 2025, is the Orange Dragon. So you might remember the Orange Dragons came through early on in this series, and they're coming through again with a similar message, just going deeper with it. So the Orange Dragons bring soul families and communities together. They help us to spread belonging, warmth, and oneness, and they help us to bring people everywhere together. So the biggest impression coming through as I was pulling this card is that the Orange Dragons want us to remember that collective consciousness that is true of our existence. So the energy, the essence that is us, that has always been us, that will always be us, has existed. The essence of us beyond human form has existed as it always has since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the beginning. So, in that regard, we are those souls having these human experiences. And in that regard, the energy and essence that is us comes from the same source. So, in that way, since we are of the same source energy, we are a part of that collective conscious being of existing. So, the Orange Dragons want us to remember this as we move through the world, as we move through our human experiences. And instead of focusing on the definitions of ourselves that separate ourselves, the Orange Dragons are encouraging us to look at, recognize the things that we have in common as those souls having human experiences. So yes, we all live in different geographical places on this planet. We all have different physical attributes. We all speak different languages depending on what part of the planet you are living in or were nurtured and brought up in. But these dragons want to, as we embody this next phase of our ascension, we have this opportunity. These Orange Dragons want us to recognize that we have this opportunity to really recognize each other on that soul level, and therefore from that embodied notion, reality of this collective consciousness, all being of the same source energy, we have that opportunity to really welcome our families that are beyond the human physical form, uh, beyond blood and DNA, so to speak. And from that embodied place and knowing, we will naturally spread that warmth and oneness, and we will naturally have opportunities to bring people together on that soul level. So my name is Gia, and I am an intuitive psychic energy reader and healer. And if you would like me to help you more fully embody this notion of recognizing our soul families and soul communities, helping to move some energy out of the way that might be interfering with that opportunity, I would love to offer you a reading. If you reach out to me this week, I will offer a discount on that reading for you, and we can schedule that for any time whatsoever. So going back to this message, there was one other piece of this message that these dragons wanted to bring through. Let me see if I can just remember what that is. So all coming from that source energy, that collective consciousness, letting go of those preconceptions, those nurtured definitions, and stepping into that new normal of redefining ourselves inclusive of those physical attributes, geographical attributes, but also embodying that true nature of who we are as souls in this incarnation. Yes, the other message was we all belong. So that sense of belonging is inherently ours as we are humans incarnated in this experience. So there is no, on that level, on that soul level, there is no sense of like, I belong here more than you belong here more than me. Letting go of those notions that I have something that you want, or you have something that I want, or, I have something that you can't have, you have something that I can't have. We all inherently, by existing as we are entitled to that sense of belonging because we are here and we will always be the energy that we are in future incarnations as well as in past incarnations. We've always been essentially that core essence that is us. So these orange dragons want us to really remember that and embrace that as we are stepping into this next level of our ascension as humanity is ascending. And again, there are many things that are happening on a cosmic level, planetary level, with astrology and energies and such like that. Again, I'm not an astrologer. Pam Gregory is one of the women astrologers that I like, but there are these cosmic things going on energetically that are raising the vibration of our planet, and in turn, we as souls and energy having human experiences are being impacted by that, whether we are conscious of it or not. And so these orange dragons want us to remember that this as well is having an impact on us more easily being able to recognize each other on a soul level and recognizing that collective community that is us as humanity in this next stage of ascension. So that is the other message that Spirit wanted to bring through, that the dragons wanted to bring through. And I am still being guided. If you've been watching this series, I've been taking a look at symbols related to messages that are coming through with these cards, and I am still being guided to do that. So I'm going to pause the recording and take a look at a symbol that wants to come through relative to the orange dragons. And I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. The symbol that came through was more like a scene. So what came through was this orange dragon was kind of at my back, sort of pushing at my back. And what was happening was the orange dragon was pushing out of me the sort of old, atrophied, the old me that is no longer me, that's no longer in alignment. Anything that was a nurtured concept, a predefined version of what I think I am supposed to be, any outdated old energy that is no longer in alignment with me. The orange dragon was pushing that version of myself that was made up of all of those things, those predefined notions of myself that are no longer true, that maybe were never true, the things that I might have believed about myself that weren't true or aligned, just pushing that version of myself outside of this new skin. So this new skin, this new me in the world and energy of this next level of our ascension as humanity. So pushing that out. And then also there was this sense of, you know how when snakes shed their skin, so there was also that sense going on as well at the same time. So the message with this symbol is the dragons, all of the dragons that have come through to this point, they want us to remember that they are here. They want us to remember, and this is why this is the first card. This, I was wondering actually when this was going to occur, if and when it was going to occur, to have a card come through that has come through before. And the significance of this is around like those new beginnings. We're moving through this ascension and evolutionary process spiritually, energetically, and we're at a new phase, a new beginning of this. So that was very curious to me. I was glad to see that occurred with this message. So the newness, letting go of the old, stepping into the new, shedding the old skin, stepping into the new, letting go of what is no longer in alignment with us, what no longer defines us, what no longer drives us, and moving and stepping into more of our true whole selves on all levels, including the humanness that is us, but all of it, all of it. So as I was clearing and healing this symbol, this that old kind of atrophied is the best way that I can put it, sort of calcified stuff that we are letting go of, that is no longer us. As that was being released, what I saw was this beautiful rainbow, the way that like a crystal, a faceted crystal will bring light through with a rainbow spectrum. I just saw that beautiful kind of opalescent, sparkly, colorful rainbow, bright light coming through and shining through. So the dragons really want to support us. They want to encourage us to invite them into our journey. The fact that Orange Dragon was at my back was a sign that we've got your back. We want to support your ascension journey, but we won't come uninvited. So they really do want to encourage us to be open to what they can bring to our journeys to enhance and encourage and inspire, to be there for us. So they're always there, in the wings, doing what they're doing. But as soon as they become aware that we have the intention of welcoming them in, they are so excited to be there for us and to support us on our ascension paths. So this is exciting. I'm really looking forward to how this manifests for me this week, relative to just stepping deeper into that notion of collective consciousness, soul communities, soul families, living and moving through my human experiences with that embodied notion that we are all one. We are all a human race. We are all souls having human experiences. And that unifying factor allows for that warmth and welcoming and sense of belonging that I can not only embody and embrace for myself, but also use that knowing and notion as the foundation of all of my relationships and interactions, and experiences in this life. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time.